often say, and you said earlier in this interview, that you support interventions when oppressed people on the ground call for help against oppression and violence. That's why you supported Libya, not Iraq, you say. But here's my question. How come you've never supported calls for an intervention against the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank? How come you didn't call for a no-fly zone over Gaza in 2014 when the Israeli Air Force was killing 500 Palestinian children in the space of a single summer? Why the double standard?
Because as long as... it is not a double standard. As long I would call from what you say, if Hamas in Gaza stopped to send rockets above Israel.
Come on, Bernard, you now sound like... What's the difference between what you're saying and what Bashar al-Assad says? He says, I'll have a no-fly zone when the rebels stop firing rockets. What's the difference between that argument and the Syrian government's argument? There's no difference. Either you protect children from bombs
Israel,
or you don't.
And in Gaza... No. In Gaza, first of all, the result of the war in Gaza has nothing to be compared. 2,800 dead in Gaza is not quite comparable to the 400,000 dead of Syria.
No one's comparing death tolls. We're comparing the argument you're making. Why not call for a no-fly zone over Gaza when Gazan children are being bombed?
When we are speaking of flesh, when we are speaking of real lives, when we are speaking of children and women killed in atrocious situations, you cannot say that you cannot compare 2,800 and 400,000. I just want your...
I'm saying 500 kids are dead in Gaza. Why didn't you call for their protection?
400,000 times, 400,000
You've made that point. Syria is worse than Gaza. You've made that point. Now answer my question. Why did you not call for a no-fly zone to protect Palestinian children from being killed in Gaza? It's a simple question.
I am absolutely in favor to protect the Palestinian children in Gaza, of course, but I am... First of all, I am in favor of stopping Hamas to bomb his neighbor, which is Israel, with rockets, with absolutely no motives. The rocket launching began after Israel left Gaza, after Israel redeployed out of Gaza. If there was not rockets, there will not be war in Gaza 1 and war in Gaza 2.
Okay, your critics might say, Bernard-Henri Lévy,
I consider the war in Gaza was a defensive war.